Well then, so on to the final chapter. What's left to do? Well, let's talk about a couple of things. First of all, what might you need to do either in OPA or more likely in Siebel, and where can you get more information? So that's all that we've got in this very short chapter. First of all, now obviously we didn't take you through how to build a symbolic URL applet. Since you've been given an interview URL, the documentation is very good, both in the white paper and the bookshelf, and for that matter, in the OPA documentation as far as the exact syntax for passing variables or passing objects to upper is in a URL is. So I don't consider that to be really any great use putting it in the webinar, since most of you are Siebel experts as it is. The other thing I suppose is that you could investigate using the interviews.js library that comes with Oracle Policy Automation and embedding your interview into Siebel rather than using a symbolic URL or some other weird iframe. Especially if you're an open UI, I expect that would be a much more useful way of doing it. We talked briefly about it in a post on the OPA Hub a while ago. And I suppose the other thing that you're probably going to need to do, if you've gone to the trouble of putting in the checkpoints, we didn't show you how to create an applet so that you could see the checkpoints, and you would of course need to think up some kind of custom hyperlink so that you could click on a record in the checkpoint table and then open it up in a resume session to carry on the session, if that's what you're doing with your checkpoints, if it's the end users of Siebel who are creating the checkpoints. Again, you could probably do something quite clever with OpenUI, perhaps spawn it into a div or something, rather than opening it in an iframe or a window. In the examples, the session ID, the checkpoint ID I was using was very simple. I think I was using 1234 and 1235. Of course, you're going to have to think up something a little more sophisticated than that. Oh, and by the way, if you are upgrading from OPA 10 connector to OPA 12 now, in the original OPA 10 connector, there were quite a few applets and views that you could probably recycle or at least repurpose for displaying checkpoints. Where should you go to get more information? Well, that's easy. Of course, Oracle has a very big and vibrant OPA forum where you can get lots of really useful information and some great advice and some great questions people are asking. A lot of my friends and colleagues are on there asking questions, and I must say it's a wonderful resource. Of course, we'd like you to stay here too on the OPA Hub website. If you want to ask a question, you can simply pop a comment in the latest post or drop me a line. You'll see the contact details on the website. What we really want you is to tell us what you would like us to talk about, what you don't understand, what you don't like, basically stuff that will enable us to better serve you. And of course, most importantly, if you're an Oracle customer or an Oracle partner, talk to your local Oracle representatives. They'll only be too happy to help. Well, that's about it really from me for now. Thanks for watching all these videos, and I look forward to seeing you again soon on the OPA Hub. Take care.